Oh, what is happening, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. I hope that you're feeling good. Hope you're looking good. I mean, I'm sure you're looking. I hope you're looking good, at least to someone else, if not yourself. Anyways, regardless of all that, today we are listening to Moon Safari. We're going to listen to the first two tracks off of their album Blomjud. I don't know how to pronounce it, so I'm sorry. Blomjud. It's going to be Constant Bloom, and then Methuselah's Children, released in 2010. Now, the first track is only a minute and 30 seconds long, and then the next track is almost 16 minutes long. So it just made sense, you know, since they're near the beginning of the album. Let's just go ahead and let it ride. I've heard of the band before. I don't think I've ever listened to them. They're from Sweden. I've heard a lot of good things from about them. I shouldn't say from them, but about them. And I actually was gifted the album, which I have back there somewhere. It's a mess back there right now, and it's in total disorganization, to be honest. So, but I was gifted the album, so I want to listen to the first two tracks here, and we'll see kind of where it takes us. I guess I should have pulled up the lyrics before I started this. You know, let's let the music play. I'll find the lyrics as as we listen. So, hope you guys are doing well. Let's go ahead and get into it with Moon Safari, Constant Bloom, Methuselah's Children. Let's go.
Strange are the days, how they seem out of place. Flowers spring in a row to defeat the ridden snow. Yet they exist without magic or tricks, when by chance loving June gasps for air and calls out bloom. Life, as is said, goes up and down. We walk through the door a second time around to do what was said but never done, and promise you gardens made of green. Yet we're lost in this tune, just men of the moon that sing for a world of constant bloom.
That's a beautiful introduction. Gorgeous singing. Wasn't expecting that.
along.
I was a star of a show long ago. Do you know who I am? Do you reminisce my face?
I was a cog in a wheel, 'twas a square. I was aiming at the moon, but I landed in the living room. Look at those people, the circle is stretched into a fragile ending like life. Look at those people, I cannot believe that we're letting them die. Creates an illusion of company, but we will always be alone. Empires rise and they fall.
that is Moon Safari. Let's talk. Let's talk a little bit, if you don't mind. Right now, at the time of this recording, it's Friday morning, 9:52. Okay? I woke up around 7, did a little bit of work, had breakfast, relaxed just a little bit, came here to listen to some good music, okay? So just so you know where my mind's at, it's morning right now. You know that feeling when you're walking to the beach, you're walking towards the waves, and your feet hit the warm sand, and the sand fills between your toes? You know when you're really looking forward to a meal or whatever you've been looking forward to it all week, and you take that first bite of whatever that favorite meal, that thing you've been looking forward to all week is? You know the satisfaction of mowing your lawn in the perfect line? You know when you're tired from a long day and you rest your head on the pillow, and as soon as your head hits the pillow, like, just the stress, the thoughts of the day just evaporate. You know, no, okay, I'm not I won't keep doing it, I won't keep doing it. Listening to Moon Safari with these two tracks and the light that is just illuminating through the music, listening to Moon Safari is like the most satisfactory feeling. If you go onto Reddit, go onto Oddly Satisfying, it's that visual in musical form. It's just incredibly satisfying on a deep, deep level. Like I said, the light that fills these tracks is absolutely beautiful. I love the acapella opening. I love their barbershop-like harmonies. They feel really, really good in the music without sounding like there's an N word I'm trying to think of. What is it's right on the tip of my tongue. Novelty. It doesn't feel like a novelty band that just has these barbershop harmonies in there just because, oh, that's their thing, you know? It just sounds perfectly integrated into the music because of all the superb musicianship, the songwriting which is on display. I'm loving the keyboards and the guitars as well. The keyboards, hold on, let me use names here. That's going to be Simon Atkinson. Excuse me if I mispronounce any of these names, but Simon is handling the keyboard duty. Love the brief mellotron that comes up. I love the synth sounds that he chooses. It sounds like the same synth that Jordan Rudess uses on Solitary Shell, 6 Degrees of Turbulence. Da, 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 da. Like that kind of very light synth string or synth sound. It sounds like that, and I just love the way that it's used here. When I heard it in here, I was like, oh, that sounds like Solitary Shell. Anyways, and then the guitar is just so beautifully, lightly played. I love the solos, having a lot of impact, a lot of power, a lot of sustain. You guys know I love that kind of sound. The elevation in the music is not a heavy elevation, but an elevation with a lot of meaning behind it and a lot of power. This feels like all those feelings I mentioned in the beginning. It just feels like light. And can I tell you, for this being the first song that I'm recording for the morning, like it just matches perfectly. I think that if you're having a bad day, you could put this on and you can't not feel a little bit of happiness, a little bit of sunshine in your heart when you're listening to this. It reminds me in some ways of Yes, and I don't mean as a musical comparison, I mean more as a feeling comparison. Yeah, you could say like, you know, the light positivity in their music is like Yes. I don't think Yes has a copyright on making positive music and lyrics dealing with positive themes. But, you know, there is, I think, a little bit of a connection at least there. Even going into the harmonies, you know, of course, that Yes would do as well. So I just really like that, and I noticed that comparison. But the track, Methuselah's Children is, almost 16 minutes long? And I don't feel like there's any filler. I don't think that there's anything that stands out in a bad way. Like, there's no random diversion into a random solo or whatever. Everything feels like it's supposed to be there. Everything just really works. They have a couple of breaks in there. Well, they may break it up. Sorry, let me sit this way. They may have a couple of breaks in there where, like, for example, the piano will, start a whole new line and then they'll kind of build off of that. They'll have a little bit of an offbeat drum pattern to kind of set things off so that it's not monotonous. But once again, even those breaks don't take away from the overall feeling of the music. And then the beginning I thought was really cool to open up with just an acapella with Constant Bloom here. This is a great way to open you up. It's very choral, not Carl. Choral, like, you know, in the musical presentation as well, which kind of puts me into, like, you know, I'm sitting like at a church or a temple or something and just watching this performance, listening to these singers and how beautiful it is. And maybe that's part of where I'm getting this light feeling. And then the transition to Methuselah's children. When I heard the birds and the nature noises, I was like, is that kind of like an ode to Close to the Edge? I know Close to the Edge isn't the only track in the world to use birds and nature sounds. It just gave me a certain feeling. But even if I skip ahead just a little bit, I want to skip ahead a little more, right there. Piano and guitar really drive, I mean, obviously the melody of it, but they are controlling the whole, like, the whole spine, the whole soul of the work here. And I think that they just work very beautifully. There's some moments where the music even dips, just dips like a taste into like a slight jazzy notation. I'm not saying it gets to jazz. I'm just saying like it dips towards that edge. And even with those harmonies vocally, it kind of edges toward a little R&B in some moments. So this is just a really beautiful and touching combination of a lot of things that work really well without sounding like novelty music or, you know, something like that. I just think that's really, really beautiful. On the lead vocals and guitar is going to be Peter Sandstrom. On acoustic guitars is Pontus Åkesson. Bass, Johan Westerlund, and drums, Tobias Lundgren. That was just, I thought that was very stunning. And I think that was really beautiful and honestly, like I said, perfect for the morning that I'm in right now. Hope that is perfect for the morning you're in. Let's go into the lyrics a little bit here. Let's start with Constant Bloom. Strange are the days how they seem out of place. Flowers spring in a row to defeat the ridden snow. Yet they exist without magic or tricks, when by chance loving June gasps for air and calls out bloom. So we're just describing flowers growing, the spring, if you will, and how they defeat the snow when they pop through the earth. As if gasping for air. I like that visual. Life, as is said, goes up and down. We walk through the door a second time around. To do what was said but never done, and promise you gardens made of green, yet you're lost in this tune. Just men of the moon that sing for a world of constant bloom. I like that. It's just talking about growth and the beauty of growth and the magic of growth. And then moving into Methuselah's children, it's actually broken up into a few different sub-parts. The first is Bloom, which is just that opening instrumental. The second is Hello, Beautiful May. The third is Look at Those People. The fourth, Do Ya. Fifth, Look at Those People reprise. Sixth, Farewell, Beautiful May. And then 7, Fade. So it really is like bloom and then fade and wither. And then the song title, Methuselah's Children, I'm pretty sure Methuselah is like the oldest person in the Bible. If I remember correctly, I could be wrong. But I guess this could be like the children growing up, like one generation blooming while another, the older generation, fades away, kind of thing, just relating it with flowers and such. Hello, beautiful May. That's the second part. Hello, beautiful May. The sun is here to stay. It is good to be here on such a day. Every day I turn a bit wiser, every day climbing a little higher, and every day I turn into someone I admire. So, hello, beautiful May. Hello, spring. Hello, growth. Hello, bloom. Walking on light as the wind, don't need to be slim to fit in. As the fountain of youth disappeared with the fruit, so the garden's closed, but it's easy to get in. Some people try to touch the stars. Plastic fantastic, such a farce. While the universe expands to be untouched by human hands, immortality can't be bought. Or can it really? I like how he talks about the gardens being closed, disappearing with the fruit, the fountain of youth. Like, you know, Garden of Eden, Secrets of Immortality, those things are gone, closed off. But is there a way to attain some sort of immortality? And I think what they're getting at is, yes, you can achieve immortality through future generations, through passing yourself and your mark, making your mark on future generations and the world. Here I am doing fine, working my way outside the grand design. Won't line up like a barcode, this life is mine. I guess what lies in the future will come to me in time. Methuselah's children, all gods in this playground, souls are being a part of the emotional wasteland. Equal like seeds as the year of the great flood, wash away the dirt and the blood from our fingers. Only one solution to be a part of their religion, find ourselves drowning in the ego of many. Only one solution to be part of their religion, find ourselves drowning in the ego of many. We can't swim. So I'm also getting a kind of individualistic thought process here. You know, won't line up like a barcode. This life is mine. Being apart, not apart, not together apart, but apart, separate. That's one of those English words that can be really confusing, because he even says drowning in the ego of many. And then look at those people. They're moving in circles, collides at the edge of each turn. Look at those people. I really believe that their map is all wrong. So even looking at others who perhaps follow certain organizations or groups to their detriment, following other leaders, moving forward in the lyrics. Here, I'm skipping a little bit because some of it's repetitive. Let's see. Look at those people, reprise. Look at those people. Utopia waits for the blessed, and the rest of us trying to cling to the beauty that's left in the world. So perhaps, if I'm taking the religious context into this, instead of thinking forward, by example, like into heaven, why not make heaven on earth and think about the things here on earth in the present and grow more here as much as possible? That's kind of what I'm getting a little bit. When the tables have turned, the viewpoint is new. I stand at the peak. My dreams have come true. There is no enough. More is what moves me now, and this mirror needs to change. Like how he says this mirror needs to change, as if he realizes he needs to change himself. And then the end of the song, slowly consumed by a dream I resent, future I could prevent if I only understand. But I assume that as long as we're here, we just won't really care, acting out the stupid nature of man. So, while the heart may be wanting to do more on earth, want to do more for each other, for ourselves, and for our families and friends and community, etc., the, I guess, downfall of man, the acting out the stupid nature of man is unfortunately going to overtake that individualistic want and desire to do good, because mankind just as a whole may not be the best in how they approach things. Something like that. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. I think you guys know what I mean. I don't know if that's what they mean, but that's at least what I'm getting out of the music. But regardless, this was a very, very beautiful 2 tracks to listen to. Like I said, perfect way for myself to actually wake up in the morning. So thank you guys for recommending this to me. You are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter to let me know your thoughts in the comments below. You can support the channel on Patreon. If I remember, I try to. If I remember, I'll put the band's Bandcamp link down below. I usually put the song, but I'll try and link their Bandcamp if I remember to do that. And otherwise, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all later. Bye.